Listen. If you are not in the courtrooms every day, how in the hell do you know what's going on in those courtrooms?
I lived there.
Girl, I want to know if you're not a bailiff, if you're not an attorney, if you're not a judge in those courtrooms every day, how do you know what's going on in there?
I know Howard County.
No, I know you know the county. I'm talking about the courtroom.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to the Intrigue Dynamite Show. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, like, and share. So today we're going to be getting into a discussion that took place on the lead attorney's channel. Now, the discussion surrounded an unfortunate event that took place in Maryland, where it was kind of a murder-suicide. The guy, he offed his girlfriend, then he went and he offed his ex-wife, and then he offed himself, all based around custody issues and child issues. Well, but then there was a caller that called in on this subject matter, and she got into a little struggle back and forth with the lead attorney. She made assertions about the area that the guy was from out there in Maryland. And you can hear the poshness in this lady's tone, how she tries to say how educated the area was, and how this didn't really take place in that area. Well, speaking with the lead attorney, you get to hear the argument of logic and facts versus the way someone feels and is uninformed about. Now, I know a lot of educated people. I hang with a lot of educated people. But one thing that I find is that there's the educated and logical. Then there's the educated and myopic. And the educated myopic is very difficult to talk to. They're unyielding because they have a lot of feelings in the way that they feel about something. This is a case in point, a beautiful case in point, which draws the parallels between an educated myopic and a damn fool.
You big dummy.
They share a lot of similarities with one another. Both unyielding, even though convinced against their will, are of the same opinion still. This is a perfect clinic and an example of the need to be right.
How do you feel about this situation?
I've got a couple of statements I would like to make. Number one, I used to live in Columbia, Maryland, and it's one of the richest counties in America. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yes, it's number one or two. It battles one or two with it's another county in Maryland that it battles one or two, and it's one of the counties where your children can go to school, public school, and get the best education. Yes, so Columbia, Maryland is a best kept secret. It's a very beautiful city. Mm-hmm. And so I was surprised when I seen Columbia, Maryland, where this happened at.
You're saying how you were surprised to see this.
Yes, in Columbia, Maryland.
In Columbia, Maryland, because it's such a rich area.
Howard County is the richest.
Okay, your county is the richest county. What's my point? My point is, these laws are unfair in poor places. These laws are unfair in middle class places, and these laws are unfair in high caste places. It's not like, guys, we're in the richest part of the nation, so the laws are fair.
Yes, they're very fair. In Howard County. No one is going through this in Howard County.
Okay. No man is going through custody problems in Howard County?
No, not at all.
All right, what else you got?
The lady, I need to address the young lady, and she's very young. Lead attorney, you men, when you ask ladies these questions, you let them off very easily.
Listen, when people say bullshit, like you talking about no men are having problems with in your county, I don't call out all bullshit. I let people say bullshit and I just let it go. You say, oh, no man in the county is having problems with this child.
No, I won't say no man, but most men.
You just said no man. You just said.
I'll take that back.
No, that's not my point. That's not my point. You came up here on some bullshit and I let it go. So
no, I don't want you to let that go.
Right. Okay? She came up with some bullshit and I let it go too. I don't call you guys out on everything.
But I
want you to hear. I want you guys to hear. The chat knows the bullshit. When you started talking, listen, Queen. Okay. When you said your bullshit, I didn't need to say anything because I looked at the chat and it was full of cap. It was full of.
I want you to Google Howard County. It's not Fulton County. Is all I want you to know. It's a very rich county.
Oh, it's so rich.
No, most men are not battling custody battles in Howard County.
Okay.
Just, if you will, Google it after your show, please.
The fact that you said Google it, the fact it would have been a little bit more credible if you would have said, "Oh, lead attorney, well, actually, I'm a judge in Howard County. I'm a judge, and I've been on the bench for 20 years. Let me show you. Let me tell you." You didn't say that. You know what you said? You said, "Oh, just you said, oh, just Google it."
I Google it. I'm not a judge, but I just know it's not a county where
Queen, listen. If you are not in the courtrooms every day, how in the hell do you know what's going on in those courtrooms?
I lived there.
No, I want to know. If you're not a bailiff, if you're not an attorney, if you're not a judge in those courtrooms every day, how do you know what's going on in there?
I know Howard County.
No, I know you know the county. I'm talking about the courtroom. How do you know what's going on in those courtrooms if you're not there?
This is not norm.
I have a question. How do you know what's going on in the courtrooms?
Murder is not norm for that area is what I'm trying to tell you.
Are you going to answer the question or not?
I'm just trying to tell you.
I want to know if you're going to answer this question or not. Can you answer a question for me?
Yes.
Here's my question.
Okay.
If you're not a judge, if you're not an attorney, if you're not a court reporter, if you're not even a goddamn bailiff, how do you know what happens in those courtrooms every day of the week?
For that particular area, murder is just not common.
Queen, can you answer my question?
Hey. That's not how this shit works. You don't get to change the subject and do that. If I was talking about something, we're going to stay on that subject. That's rude.
No one's talking about murder. You moved the goalpost. No one's talking about murder. You said that no men were having custody problems with their kids. My question is, if you're not in the courtrooms, Queen, how do you know that?
It's a very educated area.
Queen, if it's educated or not, how do you know that man? Just why can't you say you don't know?
Because I do.
Okay, how do you know?
I lived there for 10 years. I'm just saying
Did you live inside the courtrooms? How do you know what was going on in the courtrooms if you're not in the courtrooms?
It's just a different city. Is all I'm trying to tell you.
I don't give a damn about the city. I'm talking about the courtrooms. How do you know what was going on in the courtrooms if you're not there in the courtrooms?
Because it's a area that is.
Don't talk to me about the area. I'm talking about the courtrooms.
Area to you.
I don't want to hear about the area. I don't want to hear about the county. I don't want to hear about the city. I want to hear about the courtrooms.
Well, you know how you lived in Mexico and Mexico.
You are not gonna. What is Mexico? Oh my gosh, he's talking about Mexico. What is wrong with some of you women? I knew it was fucked up when I saw the word queen. I knew it was fucked up when I saw the word queen.
No, not
what?
really.
Now she's talking about Mexico. What is going
Because
on?
people
Listen,
haven't
you are not going to answer this
traveled,
question, are you? You're not going to answer the
No,
goddamn
a lot
question.
of people haven't traveled. I have traveled the world.
Oh man. Oh man.
What is going on?
Oh man.
Guys, what are we doing? What are we doing? What is going on with these women? I mean, is it me? She started talking about Mexico. Like, god damn.
And there you have it. It was almost as though she was just impervious to logic, just unable to grasp reasoning, or even admit that she was out of her depth. Pride, ego, or perhaps just too educated to understand when she has no idea what she's talking about. This is not as uncommon as one may think that it is. Oh no, this exists in droves in the community, especially when it comes to the plight of men. Asking, what do men want? What are men going through? What are men facing? Here, this woman is adamant that the men in her area are not dealing with court systems and custody battles. I mean, hey, let her be the teacher. Oh, the generation is screwed. Because this woman is completely misinformed. Going off of the way that she feels because there's no murder in the area. What are you talking about? Oh, the only way to know is to step outside of your comfort zone and go into the mud pit. Otherwise, you'll be reading your magazines and live in your biased, myopic world of education and tea time. I'm an advocate for education, and I'm an educated guy, but not in the sense of sitting in someone's couch, but definitely an educated guy. I can tell you this, a lot of the educated people I've come across are some of the most dull-brained people on the face of this planet. But at the same time, a lot of the smartest educated people that I know have had some time in the real world, in the gutter. Well, I tell you what, you could either be right or you could be correct. Because evidently, they are not the same. This is your host, Intrigue Dynamite. Hit that subscribe button, like and share. Stay tuned for our next show, The Threshold of a Man. That should be a really good topic. I'm out. Peace.